Welcome back to another episode of How Did They Grow? I created this podcast because I wanted you to learn how other coaches, freelancers, service providers, and course sellers are growing their business, landing 10 to 20 new clients every single month, paying them 50, 100, 200K months. See, if they've done it, you can too. And that's just the reality. And I want you to listen to these podcasts to understand what strategies are they using, what techniques are they exploring, because it's in these gems that you can apply it to your business and actually scale things up. When you're ready and you feel like you actually want to learn practical, proven methodologies, or even you want to hire a team that can build you a profitable personal brand, book in a chat with our team because we can guarantee you go viral and guarantee you get clients for your business.
Welcome to the show, guys. This is the How Did They Grow podcast, and today we have on Karina Mello. Karina, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me. So my name is Karina Mello. I am originally from Colombia.
Amazing.
I am a coach. I own a woman exclusive gym, and I also train remotely on a separate company called Unity Fitness Academy.
Amazing. How did all this start? Were you always a fitness person growing up? Was there a kind of a transition? And obviously, no? Tell us about it.
I wasn't actually. Yes, no, I didn't grow up training. I actually did not start working out until my late 20s after I had my first son, who's now 14.
Amazing. So you started training at that point. What was the turning point in your life, in your career in general, where you decided, I have this gift and I want to share it with the world through online coaching?
So when I started training because I needed something for myself. I did not like how I was feeling physically, emotionally, mentally. And I thought that going to the gym was going to help me solve those issues. The hiccup that I came across is that I had no background in training. I had no idea what I was doing. I would go to the gym, try to use some machines. I would feel embarrassed because I thought people were looking at me and I had no idea what I was doing. So I would usually just hop on the treadmill for like 10, 20 minutes and then go home. This happened for quite some time, and I realized the huge need for like an introductory program, like something that is less intimidating, that kind of can walk you through it at the beginning of a journey. It took me about more than 2 years, close to 3, and multiple different gyms to kind of get comfortable with training. I found myself a little group of friends. I was also going to therapy at the time, which was helping me kind of like become a little bit more confident and be more of a risk taker. And what I learned from this entire journey is that we all have something that we're a little embarrassed about, right? And the beginning of the journey is challenging for everyone. So that then turned into something that sparked a passion to share that with other women. Fitness totally changed my life. It changed the way that I felt about my body. It changed my confidence. It changed how I allowed other people to treat me. I actually had a full shift in my life during that time. I left the relationship that I was in because it wasn't healthy for me. I bought a house, moved out. And when I ended up as a single mom and a homeowner, I realized that I needed an additional income, and a little light bulb came up in my head, and it said fitness, because fitness had essentially initiated that entire,
Phase.
transformation in me. So that's when I decided that I was going to become a coach.
Amazing. That's an amazing story. The ups and downs. Amazing. How long ago was that?
That was already 10 years ago.
Wow. It was 10 years ago when you had the boy, or was it 10 years ago when you started coaching?
It was 10 years ago when I decided to start coaching, to become a certified personal trainer and take off with this idea.
Amazing. That's amazing. Let's kind of get into the juicy stuff. How long into that journey did you decide, okay, let me leverage social media to grow my business? Did you start off purely, present physical trainer? Is that how you started off?
So what I did, and this happened very organically, when I started, I actually started because someone reached out to me in my DMs
Oh,
And he said, "I'd like to train you." Because I'm assuming he saw me, making posts about going to the gym or working out. And my reply to him was, "I don't want you to train me. I want you to teach me how to train."
mm,
So from there, he actually allowed me to shadow him, and I learned what I wasn't learning in the books from him, right? Like actually working hands-on with clients and getting my kind of like taking off the bandage, right? Of those initial one-on-one sessions. The beauty of this is that I started creating content right from the beginning. And when I felt comfortable enough to start to do it on my own, I started doing it in my home, in my one-car garage.
amazing.
Because I did that, though, I only wanted to train women. I didn't want guys coming to my house. So I started promoting myself on social media as a woman only coach, as a woman exclusive coach. And my gym right now, 10 years
Mhm.
later, it's a woman exclusive gym, which is our
Amazing. So
niche. And our
you've
ladies love
opened
it.
up an entire gym now. It's been an amazing journey. Wow, wow, wow. So this is genuinely, it's an amazing story. What is let me kind of ask you, what was the turning point in your coaching business? Where did it pick up and it's like, man, this is full time now?
That's another greatest story.
I'm listening. I'm here for all this.
So I was a veterinary nurse this entire time. I actually,
Yes.
since I was very little, I wanted to be a veterinarian. When I
Amazing.
graduated high school, I didn't have the means to go to vet school, to veterinary medicine school. So I settled for veterinary nursing. And that's what I did. I went to veterinary nursing school. I worked as a veterinary nurse for quite some time. And during that time, when I started coaching, I was still doing both. I would go to the hospital during the day. I would do my shifts, my hospital shift. And before my hospital shift or after, I would see clients, one-on-one clients in my one-car garage. Fast forward about 11 months, my business had grown to the point where my neighbors started disliking me. My neighbors reported me to the town. And a lovely gentleman that worked in the town actually came to my house, knocked on my door and said, "Listen, we don't know what's going on back there, but there's no parking. Your neighbors are complaining about noise." I explained to him that I was a single mom and I was trying to make ends meet. So I would work in the hospital during the day and train clients early morning and late evenings. And he was the turning point that said, if you're having so many women come to your house to see you for training, it's time that you take your business somewhere else and you grow it. And it's something that I had never thought about that entire time, even though I had been doing this for 11 months and I had been growing, right? My clients were exponentially getting bigger and bigger. I went from training one-on-one sessions to having like small group classes in my one-car garage.
Oh,
I used to fit 8 girls in a one-car garage for a group class.
wow.
I have
This is
videos
amazing.
to prove it. Otherwise people wouldn't believe it. And he was the person that essentially pushed me to take the leap and go look for a space to lease and put my veterinary nursing degree in the back burner and just jump into this and grow it. If it wouldn't have been for him, I would probably still be home because I don't have a business background.
Yeah.
And I never ever thought of being a gym owner. I always thought that I would die being, a veterinary nurse or something higher in the veterinary field.
Amazing, amazing. So many ups and downs, so many plot twists in this story.
Right.
Amazing, amazing. And it's amazing that, those are the best of stories. There's this famous saying that the bigger the dragon, the better the story. Meaning the dragon is the things you have to go through. Because in the story you have to kill the dragon, you have to slay the dragon. So the bigger the dragon, the more epic the story.
100%.
Amazing, amazing. So social media, you've been on it for 10 years. Kind of tell us how you were able to, navigate through the waves of the algorithm changing and everything, what your strategy was, how all that noise while still keeping up with your gym.
So social media is something that I've always used in a very organic way. I love bragging about my clients and their incredible hard work and transformations. I love sharing my journey in a very raw way, right? Social media comes with a lot of unreal expectations, and I think it's important that we throw in the big ones, and then the behind the scenes, right? What people don't see or perhaps don't want to show behind the curtain, for people to really feel like your story resonates with them and they feel related to you. Which is why when you visit my page, there's a lot of everything. There is me as a wife. There is me as a mom of 3. There is me as a competitor. There's me as a business owner, right? There's a lot of hats that I wear. And I think it's important for me to keep myself very
authentic.
raw. Yes, authentic. I want people to see, the highs and the lows and every single hat I wear. When I decided to build the social media for the gym, I actually didn't start it until we decided to lease this space, which is where we still are ever since we left my garage. And
Amazing.
I started it with the idea of sharing the journey of building this space with the clients that I already had. Because to them, it was like, oh my God, what do you mean we're getting a real gym? We're going from your garage somewhere else. So I started this account showing them, like, we ordered the floor. The floor is getting put down. We got this new machine. We're installing the squat rack. Like at the beginning of our business Instagram, there's that entire beautiful journey of us getting our business permit and, all of the little dragons that we literally had to go against to get this up and running. So I think there's a lot of that. There's a lot of relatability, a lot of just authentic, raw stories that people feel identified with. I've never done paid ads. I actually just started looking into them and hired someone to help me learn it and run them. It's all very, very, very organic. What we do here is what we post, and some people love it. And they keep following us. They share it with their friends. We tag our clients in the videos that we make on them, so they have the option of sharing it if they choose to. And we do this on a daily basis.
I hope you're enjoying this podcast. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're learning so much practical wisdom, because that's what I really wanted from this podcast. Now, I just want to quickly say, if you're looking for a team that can actually help you explode and go viral with your personal brand with proven methodologies, I say this because I've been doing this for the past 5 years. We've got a team of 30 people who are ready to go ahead and explode your brand so you can get clients begging to work with you. Have a chat with one of our advisors. You can book in a chat using one of the links around this video, because that chat might just change your life.
Wow. I love everything you said about, being organic and authentic and showing everything. And it kind of, resonates with me and us at Simplex, because that is really what we do in terms of how we help our clients. Everything we do is organic. Not that ads is bad. We encourage our clients to use ads, but
absolutely, it's the time to do it.
Exactly. Organic is because with organic, the ads convert better, because I don't know if you do sales calls or anything, but like when you have sales calls, you have clients coming in, the sales calls could be closing upwards of 80% because these people already know, like, and trust you because of your authenticity through the organic content.
Absolutely. Yes. And we do discovery calls with all of our prospect clients. Nobody gets to sign up online on our website, on our app. We have no interest in people just having the ability to just sign up for a gym. We want to get to know you before you sign up. We want to make sure that you're the right client. And I think this is also what you're doing, right? Even getting service providers, coaches, mentors on your podcast, I think it's such a beautiful way to get to know the people that you could potentially be pairing up with, collaborating with, linking up with, so that you can exponentially help them continue to grow.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Even it's the same. Google even did a study about this, because the thing is, right, trust on the internet is at an all-time low because of what's happening everywhere with people scamming and doing all this. So trust is at an all-time low. So Google did a study where they realized that before someone buys something from you on the internet, high ticket stuff on the internet, right? They have to watch at least 7 hours of your content over 7 hours, over 11 different touch points, over 4 different social media platforms. This is what they found. And the numbers have never been this high because trust is at an all-time low, which is why when you said, authenticity and showing the steps, showing all that, not just showing, oh, here's my Lambo. And you know what I'm saying? Showing the steps, showing that authenticity, that is what gets people to love you. Because at the end of the day, people buy from who they like. You're not the only women's coach, but they buy from you because they like you and they know you and they see you.
That's awesome. And I think that's an incredible number. Wow. 7 hours of content. Imagine how many tiny little reels I have to build in order to get in front of somebody's eyes for 7 hours, right? But you're right. You're absolutely right. Right now, there's so many people doing what we do that I could see how all of us always have a bit of a wall up because we don't want to fall for something.
Yes, exactly. So let's kind of get into, the business side of things. Let's see how you can break that down for our audience. Do you usually get your clients off social media or is it mostly referral?
I think it's both. I think it's both. I would even dare to say that it's probably like a 60-40, 60% referrals, 40% social media. Amazing.
So on the social media side, referrals is amazing because with referrals, the trust factor is 0 because it's their friend, it's their mom, it's their colleague who's referring them. So that's amazing. What about social media? What is your strategy to kind of turn a follower into a client? How does that kind of walk us through that process so our audience can, benefit?
So I think the most important thing that I like to leverage is making sure that the pieces of content that we put up are speaking to that client that is watching us from behind the screen that has not stepped a foot into our gym or that has not reached out to become a client of my other company, right? Unity Fitness Academy. We're talking a lot about K-Fit, and K-Fit is a brick and mortar space, right? It's a space that you can walk into, make an appointment. But then there is also the other aspect, which is even, I think, more challenging, which is the aspect of hiring a coach that's going to train you remotely, right? A coach that you don't get to see, touch, talk to, learn from, in person. So I think that the speaking to those people during all of our content creation is huge, right? I might be posting a video of my 9:15 class who did an amazing job today doing leg, right? But in my caption, I want to captivate the attention of the client that's on the other side of the screen saying, holy cow, I could never do that. Those girls are training so hard. And let them know, listen, they were newbies once.
Yes.
They have started and stopped and, they're falling off the wagon a million times, just like you. They're moms just like you. They're entrepreneurs just like you. They're busy just like you, right? Kind of like showing them that this is a possibility for them and making that, relationship so that they can one day click on one of those DMs or those prompts that we send them and essentially reach out and start. It takes a while though.
Yeah, exactly. It takes a while, which comes back to, the statistics we were talking about.
7 hours. That's insane.
Yeah, that's on average though. Sometimes, someone can just see you and they resonate with you and also buyers are different too,
Right.
Amazing. You said sorry, go on.
I was going to say on the side of, so comparing my two businesses, right?
Okay.
On one end is the woman exclusive gym.
Okay.
Which I think really resonates with the people that are just not comfortable in a commercial gym, right? Or new to the gym, meaning I'm going to go somewhere to learn, and what better place than a place that is full of women that are going to support me and make me feel empowered. And then on the other end, when it comes to Unity Fitness Academy, which is my remote training company where I mostly train competitors, this is now the side where, yes, a competitor who's someone that is looking to elevate their game.
On stage, right?
Correct.
Amazing.
Go from a regular gym goer to like a competitor. It serves that, that community of people, right? Those that are looking to level up their game and put themselves on a platform. on a stage.
Amazing, 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 amazing. So I'm kind of curious. You were talking about ads, getting into ads. Is it which one of these businesses are you looking to pump ads towards?
So I'm going to get started with K-Fit. I think K-Fit has a lot of potential because we have the advantage of the brick and mortar, and then we'll take it from there. But I've never ran ads, and I decided this year, because we're expanding, that I was
Amazing.
going to give them a try and see what I learned from them. I've always held back because the initial journey of the clients here at K-Fit is very structured, right? We're not the type of gym that just, anybody could sign up to.
Yes, yes,
We
yes.
like to really get to know the clients, make sure that we can serve them, get to know them in the sense of like medical restrictions, physical restrictions. Where are they when it comes to the mental and emotional aspect of getting into a program? Helping them not just for the hour that they're here for the 23 hour, but the 23 hours that they're outside. It's a very thorough initial program. So I was afraid to run ads on that. And I decided this year that I was going to learn how to navigate it and give it a try to see if it's something that sticks. It might not be, but it might help me funnel or filter the right candidates so that we can get in front of, a few discovery calls, a few lovely ladies that are really looking for help overall, not just a good sweat.
Amazing, amazing. That's amazing. Ads can definitely be a machine to drive you those leads. What is kind of the difference between, K-Fit and Unity? Because are you doing ads for Unity as well, or are you keeping that purely organic?
No. So we decided not to move forward with the ads for Unity, mainly because we were afraid that it would drive in too many leads and that it was going to be overwhelming. So Unity is made out of 3 coaches. And the work that we put into our clients, even though it's a remote business, is pretty robust, right? Like we are available to our clients 24/7. We make adjustments to their programs, whether if it's their fitness program or nutrition programs, often. So they're not getting like a cookie cutter program that they're going to follow for 3 months. They're getting a personalized training program. And if they get to the gym one day and X machine is broken, they can message us and say, hey, coach, 45-degree, glute extension machine is broken. What can I do instead? And we have made the promise to be there and available for them, to serve them and, switch them right on the spot. So because we're offering such robust service, we were afraid that we were going to get too many leads and that it was going to become overwhelming for us and that the quality of our work was going to decrease. So we decided to try it out with K-Fit first. And then depending on how it goes with K-Fit, we might, slowly pick it up on the Unity side and move forward with doing the paid ads.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So that's amazing. That's amazing. Let me kind of ask you, what are some of your goals for 2025 in terms of you and the business and the brand in general?
Oh my God. So many goals. So personal goal, I am stepping on stage to compete.
Wow.
For my crown at the end of April. So I've already competed and I've already earned my pro card, which is the first level when you compete in, bikini bodybuilding. I am now training to compete again against the rest of the pros. So against all of the other amazing babes that have won first place. So that's my next competition, right? Competing against all of the other pros. And when you win that competition, you get your crown. So my crown is one of my 2025, I would say, personal goals. Another one of my 2025 personal goals is to finish writing my book. I'm writing a book, and my goal is to be able to have it out. I'm turning 40 in May.
Wow, I
So
would never guess, you know.
thank you. Thank you so much. So that is going to be my gift to myself, finishing my book and publishing my book and having my book out, for anybody that wants to learn about me and my journey so that they could buy it. When it comes to the businesses, the expansion of my current gym is my goal. We are
Mm,
looking to grow K-Fit and be able to be bigger, to serve better and serve more clients. So we're looking for a few more machines. We're looking for a bigger space. We're looking for a space that perhaps can host some other very exciting services. And when that happens, I will make sure to share it with all of you guys so that you can help us put the word out there. I think it's premature to talk about it too much. So I always kind of like hold back a little bit
yeah,
because
I heard you say, you know, pretty exciting services. I was gonna ask, but I said let me hold back, you know.
but yes, so just like when I started, right? When I started as a person in the gym, I started realizing like what's missing? What do people need? And now
Mm,
that my journey has, grown so much and now I'm a competitor and now I do so many other things, I still have that vision of like, how can we make this better? So that's our goal with K-Fit. When it comes to Unity Fitness Academy, we are currently prepping 11 girls to step on stage at the end of April. Once those beautiful ladies step on stage, we're looking to grow in the sense of hiring a new coach.
okay.
And once we bring in a new coach, we're going to be moving on to opening our doors to more clients to come in and get them ready for the rest of the year's competitions, which is another 3 competitions that are left for 2025.
Amazing. 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 That sounds like a lot. I have a couple questions. You know, one thing that our clients, not our clients, the audience really struggle with in terms of their limiting beliefs is that they have all this coaching to do. Coaches just want to coach. Where does the time for social media come in? And you've been mentioning all this stuff. So I'm curious, how do you find time? How are you able to manage that time to still consistently put out content?
I delegate. I delegate.
Mm,
You can do everything, but you cannot do everything. And a good leader and a good business owner and a good coach understands that if we want to keep doing everything ourselves, you're capping yourself
mhm.
out. You might be the person that does it the best, yes, but with patience and with time, you have to start letting the people in your team take over. And this is challenging for a lot of us, especially at the beginning, right?
Mm,
To allow people to grow and to highlight their strengths and give them more of what they're really good at. But it's those are characteristics of a good leader, right? Anybody that is looking to grow has to be able to allow others to take over. So in this specific case, my coaches do an amazing job at posting in our pages. We map out the content creation that we want to have.
yeah.
And I delegate it to different people. So I have a VA, I have a virtual assistant. She's my right hand. Highly recommend any business owner listening to this to get yourself a VA. You are going to take off your plate a lot of the administrative tasks that oftentimes are like daunting to us, right? We usually are very passionate about what we do, right? I'm sure that you are with your business. I am with mine, both of them. However, the administrative tasks, the minute stuff, the reading all the emails, the planning all the posts, those are things that we don't always want to be doing, right? And just because we don't enjoy doing them doesn't mean that they shouldn't get done. So
Yeah.
hiring a VA, which is a virtual assistant that works from abroad, that is going to be financially more approachable, that's someone that you hire here in the States, it's a game changer. It's a huge game changer. I've had my VA now for over 4 years, and she knows my business as inside out. She's been with me for that long. It was a lot of training at the beginning. I'm talking months of training. But now she understands how I like things done. And she runs my business very close to how I want to run my business. So everything from the content that she creates for me, right? The Canva that she puts together, the colors, the later, it's a daily back and forth between us, but she's my right hand. I can pick up the phone at any time of the day and send her a quick voice note on WhatsApp about the things that need to get done. And I know that when she clocks in, she's going to help me tackle every single one of those tasks.
Amazing. I think that's amazing. And I think VAs are amazing. The only thing that is the kind of cutback is that thing you said, which is the training period. So if you have that time, you can afford that training period, definitely do that, because once you get past that, it's next level.
The win-win. Hiring out period. Like, it's a lot of times we tend to be small-minded when it comes to the investments that are going to help our business move forward, right? Like, I can't afford to hire someone to help me with X, Y, and Z. So we decide to do it on our own, but we don't realize that the length of time and energy that that's going to take us is not worth the money that we're saving. So letting someone that is a professional like you with social media and helping people exponentially grow their business, it's a bold move, but it's a smart move. Hiring, someone that can do what you're trying to do on your own, much easier, much better. It's worth it.
Yeah, and I think most importantly, like, especially if you're hiring experts, the most important thing is you're buying back your time. For example, like, I don't know if someone is creating content on their own, they're doing all the research, doing all the scripting, doing all the editing, doing all the posting, doing all the design.
So much work.
That will usually take you 3-4 hours. Okay, let's be nice and say 3 hours a day, 2 hours a day, right? But when you invest in something, in experts and a team that can help you get that done, we were speaking before, and that takes you, like, you're spending 2-3 hours a day, and with experts, you could be spending 2 hours a month for the same amount of output, and even better. Why? Because they're experts.
Right. And that's exactly that same exact methodology applies to everything else. Everything else that you do in your business.
Amazing. So that has been like the key for you in terms of growth. Just delegating and not.
Oftentimes it becomes almost like an investment, right? Like, okay, I'm going to invest in this. I have to budget out for this, and you have to wait to see the return of that. But that's how you grow. If you always stay within the same parameters, our businesses don't go anywhere. You don't get in front of the same people.
Amazing. Definitely. Let me kind of ask you one last thing regarding social media and what you can give to our audience. What is one thing you would say, starting out on social media, especially in 2025? What is one thing you would say, because a lot of them are yet to start out, they're having those cold feet. What is one thing you would say they should look out for, in terms of they should have at the back of their mind, so when they see this, they would know how to navigate through it? Did the question come across clear?
So something to look out for.
Yes.
Keep an eye on.
In terms of bringing the business on social media.
I think one of the biggest things, and I'm going to say this because it happens to me often, is people that see that you're getting started and they're going to take advantage and offer you services or things that are not necessarily going to line up with your business or your values. So I'm referring to, for example, there's a lot of influencers out there that will take advantage of someone that's starting their business, and they'll offer, like, hey, if you train me for free, if you do my lashes for free, if you do my nails for free, I'll put you on my page. You're going to get a ton of followers and tons of people are going to go to you. Really beware of those people. If it sounds too good to be true, do your due diligence and check it out, because those are people that are usually kind of preying on small business owners or people that are starting. And if you really look at their page, they go to X, Y, and Z nails and they post about it, because they do. I did my nails at X, Y, and Z. They're the best nails I've ever had. They're amazing. Everybody look at them, follow them, check them out. But then 2 weeks later, they're going to go to another nail place and they're going to post about their best nails ever and follow, right? So really making sure that the people that you decide to collaborate with and the people that you decide to work with are legitimate, and that they're good people that have good intentions, not just looking to prey on your services or your new business.
Yeah.
That would be my recommendation. And this also happens in the form of like people DMing you from accounts and saying, like, you deserve more followers. I can get you more followers for X amount of dollars. Don't, because it'll literally bring,
Yes.
you want real content, real
Authentic,
followers,
organic following.
people following your business, people that are actually going to buy from you.
Yes.
And reply to your messages and go check out your Google page and read your reviews.
Definitely. Is there anything else?
I think that is it. Nothing else
That's
comes to
it?
mind at the moment.
Amazing. I think we've kind of come, full circle here. Is there anything like, what is something you wish I asked you on this podcast?
Wow. One question that you did not ask me that I wish you did. I guess I would say how to work with me.
No, definitely. That comes at the end.
So I always like, obviously, meeting new people and making connections and seeing how we can benefit from our relationship, right? So not only in the sense of us working together to grow K-Fit and Unity, but us working together and you joining our team on the Unity side. Unity actually serves men as well. And we have lifestyle clients. So clients that are not looking to step on stage, but clients that are just looking to have a coach that's keeping them accountable when it comes to their workouts, when it comes to their health, when it comes to their nutrition, their supplements. So I'd love to, make that offer and tell you that it would be an honor to have you in our Unity team.
Amazing. Now let me ask you, where can people go to find out and learn more about what you do in terms of Unity and K-Fit?
So they both have their own web pages and their own social media. I'm going to give you the social media handles. So for K-Fit, we are at K-Fit Boutique Gym.
Okay.
And then for Unity, we're at Unity Fitness Academy.
Okay. What about your personal brand?
My
What is that?
personal is _ KFitNY.
Amazing. So which one is best for people to find you?
Probably my personal, KFitNY. And then once you go there, you can link out to either one of the two businesses.
Amazing. This has been amazing. And hopefully we can have you on some other time. Maybe after you get on stage.
Mike, I appreciate you and your time. Yes, of course.
I really hope you enjoyed this podcast. I want you to go away and execute everything there is that you've learned. Now, one thing I will say is if you're in a position where you're ready to actually take things to another level, you want structured, clear guidance, you want a team that can actually help accelerate you, book in a chat with our advisors. Why? We can blow up your personal brand to attract clients begging to work with you. All you got to do is book in a chat with our advisors and we can help make it happen. Sound fair enough?